Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. My name's Chantal. This is my basic journey. And for the last 2 months, I've been living out of my minivan that I built into a single person camper for me and my BFF, Joey. I get questions about Joey all of the time and what it's like to live in a van with a dog. So I want to kind of answer some of these questions for you today. And I'm going to start off by telling you how I got him in the first place because I get asked that a lot. So Joey just turned 7 in April, and 7 years ago, I was actually just hanging out at my house, and one day I got a knock on my front door, and it was my next door neighbor who actually bred these dogs, and he just handed me this puppy and said, "Hey, do you want to keep this dog?" And so I had to ask my parents, and me and my dad were all about it, and we had to kind of talk my mom into it, but she finally agreed because he's just so cute. Like, how could you have resisted that, right? So I ended up getting Joey just for free. He was just given to me, and I think that he was honestly brought into my life for a reason. He makes my life that much better, and I just love him so much. But yeah, he was just given to me, and I am so forever grateful for my next door neighbors. I get asked a lot what kind of dog he is, and honestly, I'm not 100% sure. I do know he's some sort of Yorkie Terrier mix, but I don't know what he is mixed with. I know that they have those like dog DNA things. I'm not really sure what they're called or like what brand it was that I saw, but it was like $100. So I am going to eventually probably do that. But until then, he's just some sort of Yorkie mix, but that's what I was told. So random Joey fact is that he is actually allergic to poultry, so chicken, duck, and turkey. And I don't know if it was something that was acquired later on in his life because he never really had an issue with it before, but he started just breaking out in these hives really, really bad, and we couldn't figure out what it was. I thought it was because he had gotten fleas, and you know what, I think maybe some sort of like allergic reaction happened when he did get fleas, but he was just eating the same food for so long, and it was chicken based, and he was like breaking out in these horrible hives, and like he would get these kind of like scabs on his skin. And the vet told me, well, if it's not the fleas, because that's what we were treating him for originally when he had these breakouts, was for the fleas. And once the fleas were gone, they were like, well, it could be his food. And so I just switched it up, and they said, you know, a chicken allergy is actually really common in dogs. Instead of paying $100 for the hypoallergenic food from the vet, I actually just went to a pet store and found limited ingredient food that did not have chicken in it, and it actually cleared up his hives like right away. And so we figured out very easily that he was just allergic to chicken, and so I actually gave him duck once, and it was like 10 times worse than it was with the chicken. So I just figure, you know, just stay away from all poultry and he'll be fine. So I get asked all the time what kind of food Joey eats and if he's vegan, because I am, and the answer is no, because he was dealing with pretty bad allergies. So I was trying to figure out what I could feed him, and I just haven't done enough research into vegan food options for dogs. So if you know of anything, go ahead and pop that in the comments below. But for right now, I'm feeding him the Go brand, which is a Canadian brand. It was recommended to me from the place that I got it from. It's called Mini Pet Mart. But this is the Sensitives limited ingredient grain-free lamb recipe, and this is the only non-vegan item that I buy, and I'm doing it because I want to make sure that my dog stays healthy, and this is what works for him. That does not make him react at all, and so this is what he eats. The majority of the questions that I get are about him and living in the van. The number one question that I get asked about him living in the van is, what do I do when it's hot out? Because it's summer, I get a lot of questions about what does he do when I go shopping? What does he do while I'm working? And so the short answer is that he is always with me. As far as grocery shopping or going into public places where I can't bring my dog, I just always make sure that I go at a time of day when it is cool enough. So I am at Fred Meyer in the morning by like 7:30 when it's still like 60 degrees outside, and so he does perfectly fine in the van. And then by the time I'm done, we go and he is with me the rest of the time. I don't have any other chores that I have to do where I'm inside a building without him long enough for him to have any troubles in the van. Also, I just recently posted a video about my day as a camp host, and there you can see that he comes with me for my job job everywhere I go. The only time that he's not with me is when I clean my personal bathroom at my campground, which is only like 100 feet from my campsite. And so he does perfectly fine on his lead in my tent. He usually just chills on his bed. Sometimes he'll like chase the chipmunks around the yard, but pretty much he is just always with me. And so I don't have any really problems with him like while I'm working and having to leave him places. It's been really nice. It's one of the reasons why I absolutely love this position, because I do get to have my dog with me. So even if I'm going around and I'm cleaning campsites or I'm checking people in, he's right there with me on the leash. Because we're outside a lot, I do get a lot of questions about ticks, and I actually have him on a medication called Bravecto, which is a flea and tick prevention medicine, and it seems to be working just perfectly fine. I haven't found any on him. Joey is a really small dog, so it is really easy to like look on his body to make sure. His hair does grow really fast, and so I do have to be kind of cautious when it gets longer, just because you can't really see the skin that well. The Bravecto works really well, so if you are looking for a medication that prevents fleas and ticks, I do recommend Bravecto. It's once every 3 months, and it's a chewable tablet, not a topical, which I personally love, and he seems to enjoy it, taking it. He thinks it's like a treat, and it does look and smell like some of the treats that I've given him. So if you're looking for something, Bravecto is a really, really good option. Lastly, people want to know if he actually enjoys living in the van. And I'm going to tell you guys, I have never seen this dog happier. He is absolutely loving his life right now. And I think that any dog would love this lifestyle because he is with me 24/7. Like if you think about it, when I lived in an apartment or when you live in a house, you're gone for 8 hours of the day. And he is there alone, trapped in this box. And now he gets to be with me the entire time. He is rarely ever away from me. We're always outside. He always gets to play, and it's just new scenery, a million things to smell, all these critters that he gets to play with because there are tons of chipmunks out here, and he just loves it. He really does love living this lifestyle, you guys, and I feel like if I ever had to go back to a stick and bricks, he would be probably pretty sad about it. Maybe even more sad than me. Alright, well, I'm going to keep this video nice and short and sweet, and I just hope you guys had fun learning a little bit more about Joey, and I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and if you're not subscribed yet, please do so below. I make videos every week. I'll also put a link to my Patreon down below in case you want to check that out. We choose together every month a charity to donate to, and so if you want, just go ahead and go check that out. Otherwise, I will see you guys next week. Thanks again. Bye!